Hello, and welcome to Hero Customer Experience in a COVID-19 environment. My name is Andy Masters, and I'm super excited to be presenting for the 2021 Global Pet Expo here virtually for everybody today. Now, just quickly, a little bit of background on myself. This is actually what I do across the country and the world, by the way, is present programs on customer experience, sales, and also leadership. And in fact, just briefly, there's a couple of my books that are on the screen in front of you. Kiss Your Customer, Why Sales and Service Are Just Like Dating and Relationships, and Things Leaders Say, a daily guide to help every leader empower and inspire. Now, we're going to be drawing from actually both of those books today, but the key is I absolutely want to help every single one of those leaders out there on the line to create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond with your customers. And there is no greater opportunity ever than to try to create a bond in a time of crisis for someone. And that's the opportunity that we have in front of us. And these are long-lasting, loyal customers that can now be created because of today's experience. And that is a good thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually something a little surprising, because I love to speak and I love to present, but it is not just about me speaking here. It is actually about you. And I put these next few slides together just for you, and I'm actually not going to say a word. So enjoy these next 4 slides to get our program kicked off. Ready and go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I hope there are many, many, many more examples of that first scenario where you're going to have customers loyal to you for a long time. They will never forget the extreme service they have gotten on the positive standpoint, where maybe it's going above me on the Call of Duty. We'll talk about some of those things are absolutely. But let's also remember that during these times, people are stressed out. They have incredible challenges that we're going to get to as well. And they will never forget how they were treated during a time of crisis in all of the places that they go to for service. And especially one that is so near and dear to their heart, which is, well, pet stores, let's face it, okay? Because it is near and dear to their heart and the things that they love so much in their life. Now, what I mean by this is, if you had customers come into your location in 2016, 2018, 10 years from now, they may or may not remember something that happened that was really good or really bad. They may not. But here's what we know. They will never forget that time. Yeah, I remember that time in the pandemic, COVID-19. I remember those experiences, absolutely. And I will never forget how I was treated during a time of crisis. So now is a time that we actually create memories, the good or the bad, and they will be multiplied. Those experiences will be multiplied during these times. So that's why incredible service is more important than ever before, and also avoiding dissatisfaction is more important than ever before. Because a crisis provides opportunities to strengthen relationships. I mean, think about it. When you are truly in need, when you need help, that is when you remember if someone came through for you or if someone denied you that help. Those are triggers that stay in people's brains for the rest of their lives. And you know what I believe? I believe this is amazing opportunities. Why? Because we always talk about how important customer loyalty is. And by the way, I'm well aware that many people on the line have those tremendous challenges of competing with big brand stores. And so how do we do that? You already know how to do that. It's creating customer loyalty and creating relationships, right? And we now have an opportunity greater than ever before for that to be open for us to take advantage of. Now is the most critical time ever to make long-lasting memories with the service that you and your associates provide. So I really want, not just for us here today, but when you get back, to share with your associates during your next team meetings and have them brainstorm of what what does world-class service really mean? What specifically is going above and beyond the call of duty? What are specific examples that you can share so that, oh, okay, I didn't know that's something we could do. We have to crystallize what world-class service means to our associates so they can really understand, well, is it just I'm supposed to be nice to people and smile? Well, okay, that's part of it. But creating long-lasting memories, well, we're going to talk about what that is in this session. For instance, here's something that is you don't normally see that is not in job descriptions of managers, associates, or pet stores in general. Things such as, hey, I'm really sorry about the situation that you're in, but here's what I'm going to do. So here's my cell phone number. I'm the manager of the store, okay? Here's my cell phone number, so please call me, text me anytime, even if it's after hours. If you have a problem with this or a situation, you let me know. Here's my number, here's my name, okay? Now, you're not going to see that in a lot of corporate environments. You're not going to see a lot of stores. Some of you do that, and that's fantastic. How about this one? We understand that you're kind of uncomfortable coming in right now in your situation, that you have tested positive and you're quarantining at this time. So I'd say we do have curbside service. I know that probably still going to work out for you. So let me see if I can get one of my associates that'll stop by. You said you're just a couple miles away, right? I'd say, well, we're going to go ahead and stop by and leave that on your doorstep, and we'll just take care of that on your account. Don't worry about it. We want to make sure that you get what you need, and please, we care about your health and hope you have a fast recovery. You betcha. So I know many of you have curbside service, great. Delivery services or arrangements, great. Some of you may not. In fact, I think it almost looks better if you don't, so that, wow, the manager himself, he actually came over to my house and dropped it on my porch. I can't believe he did that. You're right. Those are the things we want them to remember that you did for a long time from now. But there's also another one of the things like, you know what, man, we've noticed in the system, you come in every other Monday and you pick up the same order, and that's great. We have a reordering system now available. We can either drop it by your house, have it delivered straight to you, or have it ready for you to go in the store. So just let us know. And yeah, you come on, we'll have that ready for you, okay? So what are the customer patterns so we can start to understand, oh, what they buy, what animals do they have? And how can we service them and already anticipate what they're looking for instead of where somewhere else they're just another number and another body in a store. So those are some things we can use, and I'm talking, those are 3 quick examples, and there are many out there. In fact, I believe the next slide is simply hearing from you, because crisis leads to forced innovation. This is really important here. I know that many of you have pulled your hair out. Let's just face it, okay? We have pulled our hair out, trying to find ways and to have solutions. We have, of course, there's restrictions on what you can and can't do. Some of you had to close your locations before. We've had to create new ways to do things. But if you can see the forest through the trees with me for a moment, I really believe that 6 months from now or 3 years from now, we can look back and say that this was awesome because it has forced us to create better ways to serve our customers and better technology ways in the system, customer relationship management, better ways to now curbside delivery that can stay. Okay, that doesn't have to be just for a pandemic. So now these are things that can improve our customer service that we need to make sure we keep a lot of these to create that momentum of service all the way. So it's not just a bad thing. Crisis can lead to forced innovation that can help you serve your customers for years to come and create that customer loyalty. Now, I said I was going to throw this out to you a few times during the session. So absolutely, 2 heads are better than 1. 2 heads are better than 1. What this means, I'm just one guy here. And so therefore, 2 heads are better than 1. Before I get on the actual question, I'm going to throw this out to you. I'm actually based in Orlando, Florida. And so hello, my friends out there who might be in Orlando or in the Florida location, but I was also born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. So if you were in Orlando, stick Orlando in the chat box. If you're from St. Louis, pick St. Louis in the chat box. And I'd love to catch up with you guys later on the 2 wonderful cities that I've spent most of my life in. Now, for the rest of you, of course, 2 heads are better than 1. What is just one example that you have seen or experienced? Seen or experienced, maybe as an associate, maybe as you as a customer somewhere, and that's fine, of providing world-class service during this COVID-19 crisis. Now, moving along, we stop and turn the corner. I have a principle I wanted to share with you today that changed my life forever when I was 16 years old. Good customer service isn't just good customer service. Good customer service impacts people's lives. Now, it sounds a little overly dramatic, but as you might know, how important that pets are to people's lives. You give them good service or their pets good service, it can change their lives. Now, it might sound a little overly dramatic, but stick with me here for a moment. So that's right. I was 16 years old, and I had an amazing opportunity to learn about service from the single greatest restaurant in all of St. Louis, Missouri. That's right. None other than Dairy Queen. That's right. So I actually learned about service from Dairy Queen. And what's amazing is I had one day that changed my life forever in what I learned about serving people that I will never forget. And at this time, I would like to share with you that illustration if I can. Now, in St. Louis, Missouri, okay, some of you might know it gets really hot in St. Louis, Missouri. In fact, it gets definitely hot, and by the way, an incredible heat index as well. So very humid in St. Louis during the summer. So I was 16 years old, and I was working at Dairy Queen, and we are understaffed, and it's 104 degrees heat index. Now, what do people want to do when it's 104? They want to go get ice cream, okay? So the line is wrapped outside the door. Okay, people are like, hey, what's going on up there? And I'm making M&M parfait, M&M blizzard, peanut butter parfait, banana split left and right. I mean, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm going crazy, okay? So finally, one older gentleman steps up to the counter. And I said, how you doing today, sir? And he says, I'm fine. I said, oh, okay, sir, great. What can I get for you today? And he says, I'll let you get a hot fudge sundae with whipped cream, cherry, and chocolate sprinkles on top. I said, great, okay. Hot fudge sundae with whipped cream, cherry, and chocolate sprinkles. In fact, I'll even put it on the screen so you guys can visualize that right after lunch as well. Okay, how about that? So I start making this guy's ice cream, right? And I go over to the bin, I get the ice cream going, I get the whipped cream, I get the cherry, okay? And I come all the way up to the front where we keep the sprinkles, right? And we're out of chocolate sprinkles. I can't believe this, okay? Well, that's okay, because we keep more in the cabinet underneath, right? So I go to the cabinet underneath, and there's no chocolate sprinkles in there as well. I was thinking, oh, you gotta be kidding me, right? I'm looking around, hey, what's going on up there? I'm like, okay, sir, I tell you what, it looks like we're out of, so hold on just a second. Let me see what I can do for you, okay? So I put his ice cream down, and I run around the counter, behind the counter in our warehouse, which in a typical fast food restaurant, you can actually see over the counter, and you can see what people are doing back there, so everybody can see what I'm doing. And I go to where we keep all of the boxes stacked up to the ceiling of the different flavors of sprinkles we have. So at the very top box was the strawberry sprinkles, then banana sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles. And on the very bottom, stuck on the floor, was one box of chocolate sprinkles. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me, right? Okay, so I can do this, right? So I get a step stool, I get the top box of strawberry sprinkles down, the banana sprinkles down, all the rainbow sprinkles down. I get the bottom box of chocolate sprinkles. I pull it out. I just sound it out on a clipboard, and my manager would kill me, all right? So I bring it all the way out to the front. His ice cream is melting at this point, okay? And I pour the chocolate sprinkles into the bin. I give put the chocolate sprinkles on top of his ice cream. I put the ice cream on the counter. I said, sir, that'll be $2.76, please. And he gave me the money. So I had to clean up the sprinkles here. I put this in the cabinet, close the door. And right as I was turning around, I had a tap on my shoulder from across the counter. And it was the man. And he had tears in his eyes. And he said, son, I just want you to know that today is the first day I've left my home since my wife passed away 30 days ago. And all I wanted was her hot fudge sundae made exactly like she wanted it, because that's what we used to share together. So thank you, son. Thank you. And the man walked away, and I never saw him again. And that's the day I realized that good customer service isn't just about good customer service. Good customer service can change somebody's life that day, because you never know what they've been through. Now, remember the question I asked the gentleman when he came up to the counter? I said, "Sir, how you doing today?" Do you remember what he said? He said this. He said, "I'm fine." And ladies and gentlemen, I remember I learned a principle that day at age 16 that has stayed with me the rest of my life in regards to the spirit of serving people. It's this. The word fine stands for feelings I'm not expressing. So what I would love for you to impress on your associates when you go back is that people are coming in and out of your door. And many of them might actually say, "How you doing today, sir?" "Oh, I'm fine, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, absolutely." And so therefore you or your associates think everything is fine. And I've learned something, that it is a sign of weakness in our society, a sign of vulnerability to let anyone else know, especially strangers in a pet store, know that you're depressed, or you have problems in your life, or you have crisis in your life, or you are suffering right now. You're not going to walk around letting people know that. You're going to put a fake smile on. "Oh, yeah, I'm fine. How are you doing today?" And so that gives us a false security that our customers are fine, right? Well, guess what? Your customers right now, today, are suffering from, first of all, they might have had direct impacts regarding their health of COVID-19. Maybe they have had COVID-19, maybe they are a long-termer, maybe they've had, of course, family members that have lost their life. There's been over 100 million people in the United States alone that have lost their life from this pandemic. But certainly, maybe they've had themselves or a spouse who have lost their job, or they're a small business owner like you are, struggling to get by. And maybe they have other problems in their life as well, going through death in the family, divorced, can't pay their bills. They have so many things in their life that they are now walking into your door. You know, they don't need your service. They need your help, because we have no idea what they've been through the last 24 hours or the last 30 days. And any help that we can give them, no matter what your procedures are, what your job description is, no, any help we can give them can strengthen that bond that they have with you and your store and your associates forever. That is an opportunity to change someone's life that day. We must create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond with our customers. And by the way, a bond with our employees as well. Now, in just a few words, I'm actually going to throw this back out to you as a chat box. And again, if you have any great examples or anything you'd like to share in the chat box, keep it coming. But just in a few words, straight from your emotions or from your thoughts, what is the biggest challenge you are experiencing so far with serving customers during COVID-19? And that could be just one word or two or three words. What is the biggest challenge you are facing? Because I'm going to guess when you start rolling these in, you're not alone, okay? And there's a lot of locations that have the same challenges you are. So therefore, we're going to take about 10 seconds, put your biggest challenge, and see what your peers have to say as well. 10 seconds, here we go. Absolutely. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing, because I'm going to guess that word find isn't just about customers as well. I know there's many of you that are on the line right now that are not fine, and you have your own challenges, not just with running a store or location, but in your life as well. And we know that work and life completely intersect every single day. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people on the phone on the line right now that are challenged with that. All right. Now I'd like to turn the corner to another principle. And we don't have a lot of time for all these principles. I just want to give you a couple of key ones that you can share with your associates. This one is a principle I came up with called 15 minutes or less, $15 or less, on how we can make an amazing impact on someone's life and create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond with our customers using just 15 minutes or less of our time. Sometimes it's just 60 seconds. Or 15 minutes or $15 or less of our budget, of our money, and quite often it's just free. You'll get what I'm going here. So little time and little money make long-lasting impacts, but we have to have our radar on and have our associates understand what it really means to do this. So for this example, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and I love pulling from different industries, okay? And here's something I think we can all hopefully relate to in the world of either restaurants and travel and hospitality and hotels, okay? So therefore, this principle, of course, the example is on be amazing, okay? Here's what we mean about be amazing, beyond just good service, smile, and eye contact. This example has to do with none other than Jolly Ranchers, absolutely. So I have a good friend of mine, and he is a traveling sales rep, if you will. He's in his car every single day. He has a 5-state region across the Midwest of the United States, okay? And, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and a couple others. Now, every single Thursday, my friend Rick has to get a hotel room in Springfield, Missouri, okay? Now, I know you're incredibly jealous of them, but by the way, Springfield is the world headquarters of Bass Pro Shops, which is fantastic. You gotta go check it out sometime, okay? So he goes to Springfield, Missouri every single Thursday night. Now, Rick works for a smaller organization, okay? So they're very tight on budgets. And so how does he decide what hotel room he's gonna spend the night in? Well, he goes to either Priceline or Expedia or Booking.com or one of these websites to see what's the best price room that night in Springfield. One night, my friend Rick checks into a hotel room, and he gives the photo ID and credit card and so forth. So great, you're going to be in room 220, whatever this evening. Okay. Now, that night, an assistant front desk manager was working alongside a management trainee person. And after Rick goes off to his room, the assistant front desk manager said, "Did you see that? Did you see what that guy just did?" And the assistant, the management trainee person straight out of college said, "See what? He just went off to his room. I didn't see anything." And the assistant front desk manager said, "No. Our jar of Jolly Rancher is sitting right here on the counter. Did you see what he did when we were checking him in? He took one Jolly Rancher and put it in his mouth. Then he dug into the jar and he got 3, 4, 5 other Jolly Ranchers of the exact same color of Jolly Ranchers." So the management trainee person straight out of college said, "So?" 1 week went by. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month goes by. And finally, my friend Rick actually got a reservation at the exact same hotel on a Thursday night. Now, that same assistant front desk manager was working with the same management trainee person because they worked Thursday nights together. And the assistant front desk manager had seen how Rick was scheduled to come in that evening. So my friend Rick gets up to the front desk and said, "Hi, my name is Rick. I have a reservation here tonight." And the assistant front desk manager said, "Oh, sure. Mr. Smith, we have your room ready for you. You're going to be in room 332 this evening. And it was just an ID and form of payment." Okay, great. So he checks in. He gets his hotel room key. He goes down the hall, up the escalator, down the hall again to room 332, opens the door, and on his nightstand next to his bed is none other than a dish of green Jolly Ranchers with a business card from the front desk manager that said, "Rick, hope you enjoy your green Jolly Ranchers and hope you enjoy your stay with us. Jennifer." Now, my friend Rick, he doesn't get his hotel room from Priceline or Expedia anymore. He simply keeps that business card in his wallet or his laptop bag. And he simply calls up and says, Jennifer, I'm going to be coming in this Thursday if I can get a room. And every single Thursday night, my friend Rick gets a room at this same hotel with a dish of green Jolly Ranchers at his bedside. And by the way, in case you're curious, this is under a $120 a night hotel room, USD, okay? Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we must create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond. Now, I also like to say a few different points about this particular illustration. Number one, the most important field in your database is miscellaneous notes. And of course, there's a great variety on what system you're using, hopefully a customer relationship management system that you might be using as well to keep in touch and communicate. And so therefore, we're able to log what people, not just what they order, maybe what their pet is, what their pet name is, what their kid's name is, anything else about them. Now, that could just come up in natural conversation, but it also could help keep clues for us. Or, oh, you're kidding me, you're going, I would say pre-COVID, you're going on a trip for your anniversary. That's fantastic. And your anniversary is this weekend. That is great. And so you can actually put that in your database so that a year from now, you can have maybe a small gift for them and saying, oh, we saw in our system that this is your anniversary. So fantastic. Congratulations. We just want to give this to you. And thanks for continuing coming into our store. Absolutely. We have to have radar on to understand what it is that our customers are doing, what their wants and needs are, just something simple about their life, because we have an opportunity to be part of their life, your location and you and your associates, be part of their life, versus where they might just be a number in another location somewhere else. That's what's going to keep people coming back. Now, a few more items on this. Your goal is for them to say, no way, okay? Absolutely. What does world-class service mean? You want them to say no way. You want them to walk away, go down the street, or pick up the phone and call one of their friends or text something, or, of course, go on social media and say, just say, no way, you would not believe what happened to me when I walked into my neighborhood pet store. They remembered what my pet's name was, and I was only in there once 30 days ago. I can't believe they remembered that, okay? You betcha. They remember what I ordered. This thing, you remember. Or that they delivered something for me and I was quarantining and they left it on my porch for me. The manager drove that all on his way home. I thought that was just fantastic. I'll never forget that. I just wanted to share this on Facebook with people. I wanted to share it on Instagram with people. Your goal is for them to say no way. Why? Your goal is not to have customers, okay? Yeah, it's kind of a basic goal. You want them coming into the store, but every business in every pet store and every store regarding anything has customers. So your goal, I think, is not to have customers. Your goal is to have raving fans. Your goal is to turn every single person that comes in that door, your goal is to try to flip them from a customer to a raving fan. Based on your experience, your expertise, your trained staff that understands what life-changing service can actually be, what understands how to listen and to remember for the future, to create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond. Ladies and gentlemen, your best customers are also your best salespeople. The least expensive and most effective form of marketing is repeats and referrals. And to be honest with you, if people just get what they need and the service was fine or good or satisfactory and the price was fine, not too cheap, if they just have normal service, unfortunately, that's not going to lead to repeats and referrals. Even if they had an experience, not a bad one, just a normal experience, that's not what it takes. It takes 15 minutes or less or $15 or less. It takes remembering things. It takes those above and beyond amazing opportunities for service. That is what leads to repeats and referrals, not just satisfactory service. But what's really cool is those opportunities are out there for your business to blossom, not just from advertising or you saying great things about yourself, but if we turn those customers into raving fans, they will do it for us. And that is amazing. Now, here's where I stop and turn the corner again down the final stretch of this short and quick program, by the way. I have so much material I talk about during this that I'd love to share with people. But of course, due to Zoom fatigue and everything, we're keeping these tight, which is some key principles that you can take away and take back to your locations. So I actually want to share something with you about leadership in serving people. So that's right. This is from my other book, Things Leaders Say, A Daily Guide to Help Every Leader Empower, Inspire. Managers train people on how to do a job. Mentors illustrate how to be amazing. So therefore, in the Jolly Rancher example, what an amazing role of leadership. This is not just a customer service story. This is a leadership story of an assistant front desk manager, clearly illustrating and bringing along for the ride some straight out of college in an a future leadership position. In fact, I actually believe this, that management trainee person straight out of college, her career has changed forever. And now her job performance is changed forever, because now all of a sudden standing next to someone like that, oh wow, I guess this is how we do it here. You're right, this is how we do it here. You can train on how to use a cash register, on how to system, on how to count inventory. You can train on all of that. That's great. It's important to do, okay? But that's the base. That's the basics, okay? How do you as a leader clearly illustrate to them what world-class service is beyond just smile and get eye contact? It takes you. They are learning from you every single day. Now to turn the corner, providing great service is also being a great leader to those who provide great service. In fact, one of the greatest examples I give from this is simply Richard Branson. And I'm just going to put this up really quickly because this is silly talk, okay? Clients do not come first, Richard Branson said. Okay, so I was taking it away. Clients do not come first. Well, what is this guy thinking? They the ones that pay the bills is why we're all here. Customers, of course, they come first. Watch what Richard Branson says, though. Clients do not come first. Employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of your clients. And in all of the places I have visited, and it's been in many states, I've presented over 1,000 programs in several different countries in 47 states and so forth. I will tell you something that does upset me is when a leader provides an edict to their staff. We better have world-class service around here. It's about the customer first. And we treat our employees like jerks and then expect them to turn around and, oh, hi, hey, thanks for coming into the store today. Welcome back. This isn't how it should work. We need to embrace this mindset that everything you've learned about changing people's lives and providing great service and serving others, if we treated our employees like that, it is very easy for our employees to treat our customers like that. It rolls right off from one place to the other. It is incredible what employee satisfaction can do for customer satisfaction. So please create a transformation from doing a job to creating a bond, not just with your customers, but with your associates and your staff and your employees, because they're working very, very hard for you every day. Now, so we come down to the final stretch. So those gestures which truly build member loyalty and then customer loyalty and employee loyalty, okay? They are often little or no cost. We always have to have our eyes open and teach our associates to have their eyes open and what we can do to take action on them. Because that is amazing. We don't have to spend any additional time or any additional monies, and the vast majority of the time, to make an incredible life-changing impact on your customers. Now, as we're almost out of time, I have just a couple of final notes for you. in these last couple of minutes. And again, thanks so much for sharing in the chat box with everybody else, and hopefully you got some good ideas as well, not just from me. Number one, people don't want to be sold to from a salesperson. People want to work with an expert they can trust who can truly help them. This is another opportunity, hopefully, versus, I know many of you are going up against the big brands and big stores and so forth. So what can we do? Well, we talked about the world-class service and creating a relationship and a bond with customers. But also, we have to have the opportunity to show them we're not here to just sell you something. We are here to truly be an expert for you, that you can trust that we're here to help you. Okay, and that is a completely different mindset versus just trying to sell people products at a different location. So if we can master, by the way, and expertise is specifically about what their needs are and thinking ahead for them, anticipating challenges for them. Oh, you have just bought this particular pet for the first time. Here are 3 videos we highly recommend to get you off on the right track, okay? They are counting on you for that. They want to come to a store that they can trust, that we're going to get amazing service, and that they're experts in. So they need your expertise. That is something that can put you over the edge of them coming back to you. And the last, never underestimate the likability factor. That's right. So I believe in this wholeheartedly. I want you to have your employees have the best year ever working in your store. That's right. I want them to enjoy their job, having a fun, positive work atmosphere. There's incredible studies and research that have been done that happier customers they show up more, lower turnover, less stress, and they're in it with you. And by the way, what did we say before? If you have happy employees, it will naturally lead to their service and wanting to provide world-class service for your customers instead of just going through the motions and doing the bare minimum. So I want your customers to like you. I want your customers to love you. They are raving fans waiting for you. And by the way, during this time, remember, we're in a pandemic. Your customers are not fine. You have an ability to change their life that day because you never know what they've been through the last 24 hours or the last 30 days. Create that transformation from doing a job to creating a bond, and share these principles with your associates as soon as you get back. And hopefully you can have some amazing results in your location. Hey, thanks so much for joining me this afternoon. Again, my name is Andy Masters from Orlando, Florida. It's been great presenting with you this afternoon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.